This is the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Or the private sector, they have essentially said that this is the only way, this will be the only way to prove you legal identity. And so if you don't participate in that system, as far as the state or the private sector is concerned, you don't exist. I think it's quite clear that the way to force onboarding of the CBDC or this type of digital currency system is going to be some sort of crisis, some sort of event. I think the immigration crises, any sort of refugee situation, that's going to be used to push for digital IDs. I think it's just a very easy excuse for them, a way for them to quickly manufacture consent, because all these people, we don't know who they are. They could be criminals, they could be anybody. We have to know who everybody is, and it's going to be sold as a way to provide security to the insecurity created by the migrant crisis.
All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises. Let me say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halal La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Racha Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elder bishops here in Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect scattered abroad. All right, I'm the brother Taza War from the GMS New Jersey camp. Just here with a quick video. All right, I got two videos I like to share that I came across. This video here, she's on a show. I can't think of her name. I don't know it. She's on this other guy's show, and she does the homework for him, basically. And I'm guessing she's very knowledgeable, right? And I can't give you her background, but I know she's on this guy's show and she does work for him, basically. But anyway, in this video, as you can see, this is going into that digital currency, all right, that digital ID, which biblically we know that this leads to what? That M.O.T.B, which is the mark of the beast, all right? And before I finish playing the video, I brought out something that I wrote in my notes back last year, 2022, right? And I jotted these little bulletin points down. And going into the fourth industrial revolution, right? Edom goal, all right? What is his goal? His goal is, number one, intra-body nano-communication network. Number two, transhumanism. Number three, Internet of Bodies. Number four, digital financial system is coming, right? Number five, I put carbon nanotube network, making a human body a device. Number six, RFID chip. And number seven, financial system. All right. So, I did a lesson on this probably a year ago. And these are some of the points that I had jotted in my notes on their fourth industrial revolution, which we are in or going into now. This is very important to understand the Bible prophecy of the M.O.T.B, because if you don't, hey, you're not in the race. You're not in the race of salvation. You got those you have those of the elect that are in the race, and then you have those that are actually watching those that's in the race. You have the elect that's in the race, and then you have those that's watching the elect be in the race, and they that watching are not in the race. All right, some of them not even paying attention to the race. All right, this is goes for you Israelites out there. You got those that are in the race, which is the elect. You got those that's watching the race, and then you got some of those that's not even paying attention to the race. All right, so let's continue on in this video. Like I said, I can't give you the background of this woman, which I think is a woman. Salakia, hey, you know. But she is a help on this guy's show. I can't think of his name, but he does news. It's an Edomite. All right. But anyway, if you know her name, Baba Kushai, appreciate it, you brothers. If you're watching this video, drop a comment. You know, leave your precepts, of course. And if you know her name and what show she on, or just put that in the comment board. All right. So let's continue on. Matter of fact, we're gonna wind it back.
They have essentially said that this is the only way, this will be the only way to prove you of legal identity. And so if you don't participate in that system, as far as the state or the, you know, the private sector is concerned, you don't exist. I think it's quite clear that the way to force onboarding of the CBDC or this type of digital currency system is going to be some sort of crisis, some sort of event. I think the immigration crises, and
I wouldn't be surprised she saw the videos, you know, but I think she's very knowledgeable in following, you know, the trend or agenda, should I say. She's very keen in following the agenda that the elite call the shots and pull the strings, you know. But she's saying what we've been saying. All right, let me wind that back. Salakia.
Crisis, some sort of event. Right. I think the
and that's why, you know, that's their motto. All right, they cause a crisis. What is it? Auto ab KO, which she gonna get into, right? Auto ab KO, order out of chaos, pressure from above, pressure from below, problem, reaction, solution. They cause a problem, the people react, and then they bring a solution. You know, we know that. All right. So you got Edomites out here that also are hip, you know, to the agenda that's being pushed upon us, which is the NWO. All right. So let's continue.
The immigration crises, any sort of refugee situation, that's going to be used to push for digital IDs. I think it's just a very easy excuse for them, a way for them to quickly manufacture consent, because, you know, all these people, we don't know who they are. They could be criminals, they could be anybody. We have to know who everybody is. And it's going to be sold as a way to provide security to the insecurity created by the migrant crisis. So I think there's been growing awareness for some time that there's a lot of bipartisan consensus about most of the policies of the U.S. government, like endless war, for example. And some people refer to it as the uniparty. But people also forget that too. And so what a lot of people call this the two-party model, you know, people refer to it sometimes as the left-right paradigm. But I think not a lot of people truly understand how that paradigm works. If you think about it as the left hand and right hand of the establishment, you'll have one of those hands create a problem intentionally, and then the opposing hand comes in and offers the solution. But the solution was always what the establishment wanted, but it's sold as a solution to a problem created by the other side. So it creates the illusion that the opposing force solved a problem, but in reality the problem was manufactured by one hand of the system, and then the solution was offered by the other hand.
All right, right. Because let's read this. Just as Job chapter 9 verse 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? So, you know, like we've been prophesizing, the scriptures, all right, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right, by Hashem Rakakwadash, you know, you should know that the wicked is ruling the earth. You know, so that's why you see this place spiraling, all right, out of control, and bringing us into this pool of chaos, which is beautiful because the Lord said, all right, that he would destroy Babylon the Great. So what the Lord is doing by fulfilling prophecies is destroying Babylon the Great foundation. Okay, and for the elite that are calling the shots and pulling the strings, the Heavenly Father got them in a trick bag. They got them in a trick bag, man. So, you know, this video clip is something that, you know, we already knew. I just thought it was interesting to share, right? Try to do a quick lesson on it. Lord willing, I pray this lesson is edifying. Baba Kushai, Yahweh Bashem Shai. Let's bring out this scripture here. Salakia. This is the book of Job, chapter 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow still shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittery sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High. So showing you Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, which his true name is Yahweh, is in full control. All right? Because he controls the right, he controls the left, he controls the good, he controls the bad. All right? So these devils are in a trick bag. Now, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, meaning he's going to be in great difficulty. All right? Now, real quick, because I'm curious, I'm just curious, right? What is sufficiency? Sufficiency of something is enough of that thing to achieve a purpose or to fulfill a need. So in the fullness of his sufficiency, in the fullness of him achieving his NWO, all right, we can go to Job 5, or is it 12 and 5, or 5 and 12, Salakia. All right, the Lord said he will stop his enterprise. So it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, right, this is definition, Collins English. Sufficiency of something is enough of that thing to achieve a purpose or to fulfill a need. What is their purpose and what is their fulfillment? The NWO. All right, that's their sole purpose right now. All right, that's the Most High's will for them to reach that level of sufficiency. Okay, so it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, which is straits, meaning difficulties. All right, he's going to be in great difficulty. So bear with me 1 second. Like I said, I'm curious. This is Collins English, strait. You can refer to a narrow strip of sea which joins two large areas of the sea as a strait or straits. You can refer to a narrow strip of the sea which joins two large areas of the sea as a strait or the straits, meaning something that's very narrow, right? Very narrow. And to go through something very narrow is very difficult. Okay? So it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Now, when you go into the word wicked here, is actually talking about the laborers. All right? The laborers are going to come upon him. Right? It says, and when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. All right? And that's when he goes with that micro C-hip. Okay? Through this digital ID, digital currency. When he's about to fill his belly, meaning everybody's taking the micro C-hip, all right, and establishing themselves under the B system, all right, giving consent to be under or subject to the B system, right? The Lord said, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. So while he's eating, the Most High is going to disrupt his dinner. And when you disrupt someone in their dinner, you know, that's in their comfort. You know, they like a deer with the headlights on, man. All right. So let's continue. It says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow still shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittery sword cometh out of his gall, terrors are upon him, and that's thermonuclear destruction. All right, the Lord is going to rain thermonuclear destruction upon his foundation. Babylon the Great is his foundation, it's his cash cow. That's why they call you cattle, because you're supposed to be a slave, you're an animal to them. So anyway, right, that's the point. Wanted to break that down. So let's move on to this next video. Okay, so this video here, right, is a video I just came across. The USDC takeover nobody saw coming, right? So let her, she talks about the CBDCs. So let me let her speak for a minute. I'm not going to play the whole video.
Money isn't paper, it's pure control. And you'll never believe who's pulling this. The future of money isn't paper, it's pure control. And you'll never believe who's pulling the strings. Spoiler alert, it starts with black and ends in rock. This isn't just another tech shift. This could change everything about how you live, work, and spend. And if you think that sounds extreme, just look at what's already happening in China. Their digital currency is tied to a social credit score where everything you do can influence how you're treated in society. The West, we're heading down the same path. And after the recent news coming out of the EU, we're diving into central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, and stablecoins like USDC and EUR-C that are taking over the financial world. But here's the twist. The people behind these digital currencies might shock you. And what does that mean for you? Well, everything, because the way you spend and save could be under more control than ever. So, for some context, let's take a look at two of the most popular stablecoins, USDC and EUR-C. These are digital versions of the US dollar and the euro, and they've exploded in popularity. After Europe passed the MiCA regulations, they became the most compliant stablecoins on the market, making them the go-to for global transactions. But here's where things get interesting. Circle, the company behind USDC, received a massive $400 million investment from major players like BlackRock and Fidelity. BlackRock doesn't just manage investments anymore, they're managing the cash reserves behind your digital dollar. In fact, BlackRock manages the Circle Reserve Fund, a bespoke government money market fund that invests in short-term US treasuries and overnight repo agreements. Does that sound decentralized to you? It's not. Jeremy Allaire, the CEO of Circle, even said, dollar digital currencies like USDC are fueling a global economic transformation. They make it sound like a good thing, but it's not. It's the complete opposite of the original version behind Bitcoin and crypto, which is true decentralization. While stablecoins do offer some benefits, cheaper, faster transactions without borders, and even the option for self-custody, you need to take that part with a pinch of salt. Why? Because this innovation comes with the risk of control shifting into too few hands. When you dig deeper, you start to realize that these stablecoins, which are supposed to offer decentralized stable value, are actually in the hands of some of the largest, most centralized institutions in the world. Companies like BlackRock are controlling the reserves, raising a critical question: who really owns these supposed independent digital currencies? Stablecoins like USDC and EUR-C might seem like a tech innovation for Wall Street, but they could end up in your wallet tomorrow, whether you like it or not. Your digital dollar is now backed by institutions with the same centralized power as the traditional financial system. In fact, BlackRock's fund, registered with the SEC, aims to eventually apply to the Federal Reserve's reverse repo program, which could give them even more influence over your digital money. Is that the transformation we were promised? What does it look like when your digital dollar is managed by financial giants? Maybe it's tighter restrictions on how and where.
All right, so you heard it. And Edom, is doing their homework. And you got Israelites in these different camps that are out here, not paying attention to prophecy and really, doing more worldly things than they actually supposed to be doing for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai and for being a watchman of Israel. You got all these different Israelite camps out here, and a lot of them go off in the scriptures speaking on the M.O.T.B, saying that it's an embargo, sanction. Well, that's what IUIC used to say, right? And then you got some that say, it's Christianity and whatever. It's not the micro C-hip. When in fact, you got Edomites like her and other men and women that are knowledgeable and understanding this system, knows that it's coming down the pike. And here it is, you're supposed to have prophets, men who say they're teachers or prophets of the Lord, and they're not prophesizing. They're not warning. All right, that's why the Lord sent forth the true men of the Lord, which I must say is the men, the brothers of Great Millstone. All right, start with my head apostles. And you see the warning going out, and you see the brothers pushing this truth and letting you know what's coming down the pike. What prophets are supposed to do. All right, prophesize, man. So that's basically the lesson. I don't have much. I'm gonna cut it short. Didn't want to make a long lesson. I thought these two videos were interesting. You know how I like to do, push the button. All right, I had a few things here. Let's go back to the bulletin points that I had, which was 7 of them, right? And we know the 7 represents completion, right? This is Edom's agenda. Intra-body nano communication network, transhumanism, number 2. Number 3, Internet of Bodies. Number 4, digital financial system is coming, which they setting up now. Transhumanism, you should know what that is. Man merging himself with technology. All right, basically, man injecting himself with micro C-hip. Okay. It says digital financial system is coming. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6, carbon nanotube network, making a human body a device. All right, and you can look these things up in Google, right? Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6, RFID chip. They're gonna have to go into that. Edom taking his time because he's trying to reach perfection. He's gonna have to go into these microchips.
How dirty is our money? The onset of the coronavirus pandemic is forcing institutions around the world to rethink about one particularly germy surface: cold, hard cash. This is going to be hard to hear, but according to multiple studies, microorganisms found living on the surface of cash and even credit cards range from mouth and vaginal bacteria to flu-like viruses. But what if you can make your daily purchases without touching a thing?
Okay. Number 7, financial system, and that's overall the beast system. All right, which really the beast system goes back to the pagan Roman Empire, but we in the modern pagan Roman Empire. All right. So, Lord willing, I pray you are edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Recha Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elder bishops here in Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect scattered abroad. Shalom.